Okay, so we're back with Sonic Volume 4 of the comic books, the IDW comic books, and the first thing I'm noticing is that this is Infection. So this is, I think, the start of the Infection arc, but I'm pretty sure all the ones I have are also all Infection, which is 4, 5, 6, and 7. So is there about to be 4 volumes of the Infection arc? Because that does not seem fun, but we will see. So, issue 13, not too interesting. It's just kind of testing of the metal virus and rough and tumble fight Sonic and Tails, which, I mean, there's really not anything else to say. That was the whole thing. It was a pretty boring issue, frankly. I mean, it's mostly exposition, I guess, for later stuff, but yeah, there's just nothing to say. Okay, this was a lot better, thankfully. Starts out, Sonic's with Silver. They run into Metal Sonic. He just kind of like throws Silver completely out of the fight for a little bit. That was pretty funny. But they fight Metal Sonic. Starline shows up. He kind of shows his Warp Topaz and what that actually does. And, you know, it's kind of like he just makes portals that you can go through. I'm trying to remember what superhero I'm thinking of. Oh, I'm thinking of that guy from Black Clover. It's probably my favorite character in it. But anyway, when Starline surrenders and gives Silver the code, I was like, somehow I knew. I was just thinking like, what if he just gave him like a fake code? But not only was it a fake code, it was like a destruction code. So Sonic had to go in after him. But it didn't matter anyway, because Silver just used his powers to protect Sonic anyway. So he didn't really need Sonic there, but you know, it's more dramatic. But yeah, we're really getting into who Starline is, and Eggman even like gives him a talking to because he's like, I'm the one who's supposed to be killing him. Like, you can't just do that. Meanwhile, obviously, while this is all going on, Eggman is like figuring out how to actually use the metal virus and infect people, which will probably get started pretty soon. Last thing that happens in this issue is that Silver is injured because he had to protect him and Sonic from the explosion. Sonic takes him back to Amy in the base, and then he invites Amy to go help him, and he princess carries her away. That was pretty cute, so we'll see what happens next. Another, probably the best issue of the volume. He takes Amy with him. Starline is warning Eggman about the ramifications of the metal virus and all that, which is obviously going to spiral out of control, but Rough and Tumble show up again, but this time instead of just, you know, being a boring fight, they show up in something that actually looks like a boss from one of the games, a drill. They're fighting in this hole. Amy can't do anything. Sonic has to take her away. They team up to defeat the thing, and then they use their secret weapon, which is, of course, the virus, and they don't even know it, so they just infect themselves like idiots. And then they have to, like, it basically establishes what it's going to be like. Like, Amy's hitting them with hammers, and it's going straight through, not doing anything. And Sonic just got infected, so that's pretty intense. The feeling is going to be just fine, even though it looks like there's going to be 4 more volumes of this. But yeah, that kind of takes away some of the intensity, because pretty sure you can get out of this. So it turns out keeping it at bay isn't so hard. By the time the episode starts, he's already running on a treadmill. Well, not a treadmill, it's like a hamster wheel. And he can put it back, which is pretty useful. Regress it, I mean. Tangle shows up, apparently having just done that Tangle and Whisper mini-series thing, which I'm debating whether to read next or not, because obviously there's going to be a lot of virus stuff coming up, so I might want to save it. But yeah, he kind of finds out that he has to keep running to keep the virus at bay continuously, and he's contemplating not staying too close to his friends, obviously. Meanwhile, Eggman and Starline are infecting a village, and just completely get a whole town of zombies. And Starline's pretty impressed with Eggman for, you know, not testing it so much. I don't know what that's going to lead to exactly. I guess maybe the fact that it can be reversed at all, maybe. But maybe something more. And that's the end of it already. So this volume was okay, I guess. It was the start of an arc, so that can be tough. But the first issue of this was just a complete waste of time. Just barely a thought. Just like one. It was a waste of time. And the next few issues were better. They just really started rolling and getting the virus thing started. And now in the next volume, I assume it's gonna start being a problem for a lot more people, and like pretty much everyone's gonna have to get involved, including Cream, who I know is pretty important, I think. And I think General shows up. So yeah, I'm definitely waiting for the good part to start, basically, which I feel like is all I've been doing most of the time. So that's not a good sign, but let's hope that it finally gets good. So I think I will do Volume 5 and then I'll do Tangle and Whisper after that. Seems appropriate.